Hello, collective. This is Tan from Artemis Oracle. I'm doing a February 2026 reading for the collective. Also, I'm gonna start off with the full moon reading. Got some oracle cards from the Power Surrender deck. Got some Revealing the Truth oracle cards as well, and then we're gonna use Love oracle cards, then tarot. I just want to play it by ear, see what comes out, how it flows. But I first want to start off with the full moon and Leo. Today is February 1st, as you all know, and it's the full moon in Leo. So I have the Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way. So before I started this reading, I took some notes from basically what I want to say as the message for today. So don't let pride get in your way. Leo energy embodies love, warmth, and generosity, but on the downside can be egoistic when over the top. This is a time to think more about the greater good rather than thinking of yourself. This is also a time to be balanced with your needs and the needs of others you value. Let your confidence shine without dimming the light of others. Release pride to shine bright. So essentially, do the right thing, not based off what you think will make you look good, but being authentic and also having that good heart, that warm heart, where you're considering other people, not to the detriment of yourself, but it's for everyone's benefit, even your own. Now we have the full moon in Leo is also known as the snow moon, and we have the Queen of the Oracle deck that says purity. So the snow moon embodies a period where we have a reset because the snow, ice, essentially water, cleanses and purifies. This is a time to be crystal clear about your intentions with your communication and releasing lower vibrational energies such as anger, jealousy, and unworthiness. And that has to be tied to the full moon in Leo about releasing pride. Don't let your pride get in the way. Don't let yourself act out or speak out in a way that you're not being heard clearly, that your intentions aren't clear, that you're not clouded by any selfish motives, where you're thinking about yourself. And essentially it's like, don't be in this narcissistic energy. And I'm not saying that you're a narcissist, but we can embody that energy when we're constantly thinking about ourselves and not thinking about others. But there's a way to be balanced with that and have both your needs and the needs of others met at the same time without, putting anyone down or essentially sacrificing yourself in any way. So we have the full moon in Leo. Celebrate your achievements and express your authentic self. Celebration, pride, and authenticity. So it's important for all of us to remain authentic. Not everyone has Leo in their chart. We do have the houses, right? And Leo rules the fifth house. And you may have a placement in the fifth house, which is ruled by Leo. So your pride and ego may be influenced by whatever sign you have in the fifth house. However, this is the full moon in Leo, and this is about releasing anything that doesn't really serve you, that is tied to your ego, the way you want other people to perceive you. But also this is a time to really look at the ways you see yourself, and look at yourself in the more positive light, because sometimes we tend to focus more on our negative traits rather than our positive traits. Sometimes we harp and dwell on past mistakes, and even how those past mistakes are tied to how we value ourselves and how we think other people perceive us and even value us. So this is where I'm going into the Power of Surrender deck. And the card that we got is Surrender Outdated Beliefs About Yourself. I found this to be very interesting because when I started shuffling the cards from each deck, I liked how everything came together. So here it says, let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Lions are one of the most powerful animals. Aren't they like apex predators? So they're very powerful. And when you are able to release those negative thoughts about yourself, you're releasing all the weight, the burdens, the blockages that may prevent you from, doing better in your life. They can create blockages where you may suffer from imposter syndrome, where you feel like you're not good enough. And it's all because of these thoughts or ideas you have about yourself that may have been because of who you were in the past, who you are no longer. These outdated ideas about who you are, or beliefs about who you are based on the old version of you. If you're someone who has evolved, and most people, especially if they are in the spiritual community, their whole point is to evolve, because as a human collective, our evolution, our personal evolution, has an impact on other people's evolutions. We help each other when we help ourselves. I hope that makes sense. So when you start to remove those limitations, those negative self-talk, low self-esteem, imposter syndrome, not feeling worthy or anything, you're moving all of those chains, those invisible chains that kind of bind you and limit you from being and living the life that you really want. And another card that came out is surrender to divine timing. Because sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. And I was saying that about, like, we have these invisible chains that essentially keep us stagnant and held back from living and being who we want to be. So essentially, as you start to release those ideas about yourself, it allows things to flow in a positive way, where you'll see positivity, where you see improvements, But underneath, in the bottom of the deck, it says surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. And when you choose a path that is right for you, essentially, you're being authentic to yourself, authentic to your goals, authentic to the life that or the dreams that you want to, actualize in your life, But in order to do that, you have to release. One of the cards I missed was the new moon eclipse. So we're having the new moon on February 17th, and that's the year of the fire horse. That's the lunar new year, and also coincides with the ring of fire. So it says a time of deep change and introspection, marking the start of a powerful new cycle, major shift, introspection, new beginning. So I feel like February 17th, besides it being the year of the fire horse, the lunar new year, and it being a new moon, and then we have an angular new moon eclipse, it's a very powerful time for all of us, because one of the things I'm learning about Chinese astrology is we have the animals every year, right? So we're going to be entering the year of the horse, but we also have elements. So we're going to be entering the year of the fire horse. And it's interesting that we are exiting the year of the snake. The snake is about shedding, releasing, outgrowing, healing. But with the year of the fire horse, it's like, no, this is a time to kind of tighten up your ship, get your stuff together, because I wrote down some notes that I wanted to share. This transition period between the full moon to the lunar new year / new moon on February 17th is the final push to release anything from the previous year behind, to shed old beliefs, identities, habits, and grievances before the lunar new year starts and the fire horse charges in, setting ablaze that which is flammable. It can either purify or burn off remnants of what you release, or set off a blaze that magnifies matters that still pervade and triggers the need to change in an uncomfortable way. So from my understanding is, if there's stuff that you have not dealt with, that you still need to close out, you still carry those baggages, those beliefs, the karmic ties or karmic debts. This year, this lunar new year, and the fact that it's a fire year, everything is going to be magnified. And you see everything that's going on in the world. You see a lot of stuff that's going on, and it's just going to get a little bit worse. It's going to be more uncomfortable. It's going to be people are going to get burned, essentially, So it says the fire years are the most challenging and will require calmness. This is also a time to avoid conflict, remain calm, and stay steady, So one of the most important things that we have to do even though this reading is for February. And I think that it's the best way to start is to start getting ourselves ready. um, Trying to get ourselves to the point where we don't allow things to trigger us the way they probably have in the past. This is the time to practice patience and calmness, being able to regulate any emotions, especially those that trigger, especially when it comes to anger or rage or anything that may incite aggressive behavior, even aggressive communication. So I feel like this is like a really good time to start practicing that so that we can all avoid making 2026 or the remainder of 2026 into 2027 when the next lunar new year begins, you know, a more comfortable one for ourselves. And I'm talking about ourselves. Whatever's going on outside of us, you know, it's like that's a you problem, not a me problem. And then if it becomes a you problem, then this is where you have to be like, woosah, take a deep breath and don't allow yourself to get carried along with other people's conflicts, other people's dramas. You know, we need a lot more calmness. You know, we see everything that's going on and we need to be the calm before the storm. We need to be the calm during the storm. We need to be the eye of the storm, you know? So I hope that makes sense in some way. Okay. Hi, Coach Unique. I hope you're doing well. Okay. So that's that with the reading for the full moon. Yeah. I like that the power of surrender cards, you know, essentially talked about ego and pride and letting go and trusting in divine timing, which is not always the easiest thing to do, especially if you have a particular goal and sometimes we set these time limits on it, but sometimes it's not our time, you know? It has to go through a certain, I guess, vetting process so that things, if they're meant to happen, then they happen the way they're supposed to be and not the way we envision it. Because sometimes with our limited mindsets or limited capacity of the multiple possibilities that may exist, what we want may not be even as great or as amazing as what we may possibly receive, you know, especially if we're doing the right things, we're taking the right actions. Okay, so with the revealing the truth cards, this is interesting because most of the time when I take these cards out, it's usually like some drama or something going on. But what I find very interesting, and I find maybe it's a coincidence or something because we have Valentine's Day. We have like miss you, miss, wait, eager. So there's someone that may be missing you. And we have the rose card coming out, passionate love, thorns, short, and then collection, unique antique sample. I feel like there's somebody that may be reminiscing about you. And they may be, February may be a significant time to this person or to you and this person, if this resonates with you at all, but there's someone who is thinking about you that is missing you. And this is someone that you may have had a passionate love affair with. And they may be reminiscing, maybe looking at old pictures, feeling nostalgic in some way. Because this card is collection, you know, unique, antique, sample. But the thought that came to my mind is nostalgia. Somebody is feeling nostalgic about something, so I want to know exactly what that is. So I'm going to pull tarot on that. Let me see what cards I want to use. What cards do I want to use? I'm trying to choose the cards. I always use these. Let me go into let's see. Oh my gosh. I have so many tarot cards. I should have thought about this before I got on. Let me go into, no, I want to go into the Pulp Tarot for some reason. That one's calling me. Oh my God, you know, I just took this out. I see the Temperance card. Sagittarius energy. So that may be significant to you somehow. Let me put music on because it's quiet. Let me see. Where's my music? I need my music. I hope you're all doing well and that I don't know where you are in the world, if you can see the moon. I have been seeing the moon like for the past week or two, and she is gorgeous. She's just beautiful. She's beautiful. Okay. So let's see what comes out. Missed you, missed you. Tell me about this missed you energy. Okay, that card wanted to fly out. Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. So this person may, I want to say Libra, because the Pentacles card has the scales on the person's hand. It's like tattooed on their hand. But it could be somebody that's an earth sign energy. And what about this missed you with the Six of Pentacles? It could be somebody that may have been breadcrumbing you, or that you've been very generous with, but in the past have given to. Ooh, we got Death card with Scorpio. Okay, so person may have someone that you probably stopped giving to. Probably someone you can stop giving to. Missed you, Death and Pentacles. Yeah. With Three of Cups. I don't know, like this someone you probably stopped giving to because you possibly think that they may have been dealing with other people with the Three of Cups. Someone that you've been holding back from, and this person may be missing you because if they have been dealing with other people, those people ain't doing it for them. And that may be why. But it could also be this too. If it's not in that, because I don't always want to read negative because I hate like that third party bullshit, you know. But it could be somebody that that you no longer give to, or you no longer are engaging with it. And it may have been some sort of ending that you had, but there may be a moment that you and this person may be reuniting, because it says miss, wait, eager. So there may be an opportunity for this person to see you, to possibly speak to you, and they're eager. It might be some sort of social event that they may see you or encounter you again, that they may approach you. Maybe somewhere where, you know, there may be women, of course. We're everywhere. You can't get rid of us. Yeah, someone that, it could be that. They may be eagerly waiting to see you, maybe eagerly wanting to. If this is someone that you're still talking to, they may be a Scorpio. It could be, there may be a Scorpio, but they don't have to be. I'm just saying that because we see the Death card, but it could be an earth sign energy. It could be Scorpio or a water sign energy. Three of Cups. This is possibly somebody that you no longer have a good time with too. That, you know, that part of your relationship has stopped, and they may be missing that, you know, because we see the Rose card with love, passionate love, thorns, short. So you probably, I mean, if this resonates, this is someone that you may have had a short-term relationship with, or probably a fling. I don't know why I was going to say I don't know why that was going to come out. With. Someone with. Okay. All right. Tell me about this rose. What is this rose? You know, Valentine's Day is coming. So this person, if they get an opportunity, they could be coming forward with a rose, wanting to offer you something. But let's see what comes out with this. Tell us about the rose card. So this is for February. So it makes sense. Some people like to come around during the love holiday. Tell me about the rose, please. Tell me about the rose. Okay. Six of Wands. So this fire sign energy, this is Leo. If I was to say Six of Pentacles is the Taurus card, and this would be Leo. So a fire sign energy. Someone that's wanting, let me say more about the Six of Wands. Four Wands, wow. Okay, that's interesting. Like whoever this person is, Six of Wands, it's like someone who is feeling very good about themselves, very, very confident. They may possibly have a lot of attention around them. they may be, it may be you that gets a lot of attention, you know, and that may be what's keeping them suspended because they do miss you. They probably have taken a break from you in some way, made some sort of sacrifice. Maybe they had to make some sort of sacrifice with your relationship. Maybe they had to cut off contact, or you had to cut off contact with them. But this person may be coming back more confident or whatever, and possibly maybe wanting to offer like 4 of Wands, maybe reestablish something with you, something more serious. But I feel like I need to clarify that the 6 of Wands and because the Hangman is pretty clear cut. You know, this person is suspended in some way. They've been held back. Possibly they've been holding themselves back. Possibly because they're getting a different perspective about what's going on. And they're probably thinking about how they could be successful with coming forward to you, where, you know, you can reestablish some sort of stability with them. But it's interesting that in the 4 of Wands, there's a lot of women. So the Knight of Wands, that somebody who's just like very passionate, probably has one thing on their mind. If what do they want? What does the Knight of Wands want? Tell me about the Knight of Wands. King of Wands. Ooh. Okay. So this person is like, it's funny because I said Knight of Wands and then I went to the King of Wands. I feel like this person, if they've been not as, like maybe say that you and this person have taken a break and this is why they missed you, right? They may have been working on something, doing something in the background, where they've been trying to level up in some way, because the Knight to the King of Wands is indicating that this person has leveled up. They have evolved in some way. They may have been working on a passion project or something, possibly focusing on that more so. But also, I'm getting Conqueror energy for some reason. I don't know. So I don't know if this person. Now I'm thinking about the song Elastic Heart. Why can I not conquer love? From Sia, the Empress. The Empress. It's interesting because what I think is that this person may not have felt like they were at the right level to be with an Empress energy. Someone, because the Empress energy, she is like, she's the Queen of Queens. Like, this is a woman that you, or person, this is a person that, because it could be an emperor, right? This person probably felt like they didn't have much to offer, and they feel like they have to level up in order for them to be successful in a relationship with an Empress energy. So I don't know if this person really wants to stand out. This person probably will do something to make themselves stand out. Because I'm looking at this and then I'm seeing the guy, the Hangman, is like, hey, look at me, I'm here. You know, like I'm getting that. Like this person wants the Empress's attention. They want her attention. But the 4 of Wands here is like, it's a celebration card, but it's also the marriage card. But with that many women, I don't know. Maybe this person is thinking about who will be the right person for them. And maybe they've come to this realization that you are the right person for them. And that's why they want to come forward. They probably have been dealing with other feminine or other masculine energies, because, you know, it could go either way because this reading is not gender specific. But this person may have been dealing with other energies and they just like, they're not hitting, you know, like they're, and I know this comes out a lot that they don't compare to you. But I mean, if the way you are, if you are a certain type of, I mean, if they miss you, there's something about you that they miss that makes you stand out. You know, I mean, these are empresses. Like, I mean, look at this. The Empress, she's on her own, you know. These look like groupies, you know. The Empress, she don't have a crowd with her, you know. She's at home. She's by herself. She doesn't need to, she's not putting herself out there to be seen and recognized because she doesn't have to do that. you know? She's just sitting there. Like, she's already established herself. And these other people, they're like trying to be something, you know? The High Priestess came out. You know, this is the first time I've seen the High Priestess from this. So some of you may be already sensing this coming. You may be sensing this person may be coming. You possibly have had dreams about them, seeing signs and synchronicities, you know, you're aware. And it's funny I said dreams about them because I have Nine of Swords. And sometimes that this card could represent dreams, you know, like nightmares and stuff, but sleepless nights and stuff, or possibly this person is having sleepless nights about you, you know. Some of you may be waking up in the middle of the night. Knight of Pentacles. This is about being calm, cool, and collected, you know. With the Four of Wands, like Four of Wands represents like small success, you know. You see, all right, you know, like if you go through, it's the Ace of Wands is the spark. It's the new beginning. It's a new passionate new beginning. It's a new creative idea, that a new action that you want to take, inspired action you want to take. The 2 is considering which path you want to take. The 3 is you've already taken the action and you're waiting for the ships to come in. But the 4 is a celebration card. So it's indicating that there was some success. So this person may be stressing out about how they can get that success. But I feel like this may be an internal conflict, and that may be secret because the High Priestess, she keeps secrets. So this person may be hiding the stress that they may be experiencing. They may be coming off as calm, cool, collected. You see this guy, he's just over there like smoking his cigarette, unbothered. But internally, this person may be, you know, like freaking out in some way. Maybe not being able to sleep, having sleepless nights, anxiety, nightmares, maybe overthinking. Okay. So this is what we get for the Rose card. And wow. Because the collection card to me is nostalgia. But I want to know. Tell me more about the collection card. Talk about collection. Ace of Pentacles. I remember in another reading, I said the collection is like you're gathering yourself, you're putting yourself together, collecting yourself. If this person has been in this Nine of Swords energy, they may be collecting themselves, you know, what do you call it when you, like you're just worried and you're stressed out and you have a nervous breakdown, but then you put yourself together after that. It could be that. So now this person's like putting themselves together and ready to come forward, come in with that offer, try to come in with that token. Even though this is an ace, this is a new beginning. Gathering the strength to plant some sort of seed. But this is the Emperor, so be careful. Maybe planting a literal seed, you know, like a wah seed, you know, if you want a baby. Okay, tell me more about it. What is this Ace of Pentacles? This person misses you, wants to come forward. It's considering the options. This could have been like a fling or a short-term affair. A very passionate one, possibly. Queen of Wands, wow. Because we did have the King of Wands coming out, and the Queen and King are a pair. So there's a lot of attraction in this. Like this, you and this person are attracted to each other, or they're very much attracted to you and they want to come forward to you with an offer. I mean, this is the ace. It's a beginning. It's something that can grow. So they want to come to the Queen of Wands. What do they want to give to the Queen of Wands? Seven of Cups. Confusion? They want to confuse the Queen of Cups? Do they want to... I mean, the Queen of Wands? Oh, okay. This person's confused about how... They're confused about how to approach the Queen of Wands. What is the possible outcome? Wow. This person really wants to be seen as an emperor. They want to be seen that way. You know what I mean? Do you know what it reminds me of? It's like this person may be looking, it may not be a confusion, but thinking about like, this is what I can offer you. This is everything that I can offer you. Like, this is all that, when the emperor came out, it just made me think of like, this person's thinking like, this is what I have to show them. This is what, like, look what I can offer you now. It reminds me of a collection. It's like when you play a video game and then you see you earn like these different badges and stuff, and then it levels you up. You get access to new weapons and new skills and information and all that stuff. But then it boosts your character, your avatar up in the game, to play. So that may be what this person is doing. Tell me about the Emperor. Tell me about the Emperor. Four of Cups. Yeah, this Emperor is going to be coming over with a cup. And whoever, if they resonate as being the person that's being missed, this may be coming unexpectedly. If you're not suspecting it, it could be you are, because when the way it is like, this person seems like she's waiting. You see the cup is going through the window, but it's like she's aware of that. And maybe that's why the window's open. So some of you may be creating an opening for this person to come through if you already suspect this. Oh my God, I stopped. And then look, the Two of Cups. So this is something that you want. Then that's possible that you and this person will reunite and come together. Possibly have something to celebrate. What's underneath? Wheel of Fortune. There's going to be, oh, wow. Look at that. The Two of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. There may have been some past toxicity in the relationship that needed to heal. And that's maybe why there was some space, because I see the Devil card coming through. But it seems like somebody's overcoming that. They've overcome that with the Strength card. And that's why they're coming forward. So there may have been something going on in the background. And the Devil could be like, and we talked about, like in the beginning, I was talking about, when I was talking about, I keep saying talking about. Earlier, I mentioned about the full moon in Leo, about pride and ego, outdated thinking. This person possibly has low self-esteem and has been working on themselves, wanting to, like I said, the Knight of Wands. They may have come off as a player, but then they go to the King of Wands, meaning they've evolved in some way, and then the Emperor card comes out. So this person may have been overcoming some personal demons and, is ready to look forward to the future, ready to make moves to go towards the future, with the Chariot card coming out. And I mention nostalgia, because we have the Six of Cups here. This person definitely has been thinking about you and the past and what they've had with you. And that's why they're missing you. So this, like for some of you may be getting contact with somebody this month, February. It could possibly be Valentine's Day, It could be that. And this could be something that may be revealed to them during this time, because if you understand how the moon phase works, when it's a full moon and it starts to wane into a new moon, it's releasing. So some of them may be going through this healing process and releasing things so that they're able to come forward confidently and not let their pride or ego get in the way of them possibly reuniting with you, if that resonates with you at all. This person has made some sort of change. The Star is about healing. Wheel of Fortune is about change, and it's in the upright, so it's positive change. So there may be a positive outcome in this situation, depending on the situation itself, because not everybody's situation is the best. So that's something to possibly look forward to if that's what you want in February. So whoever's there, thank you so much for joining. My name is Tan. This is Artemis Oracle. I'm a tarot and an oracle card reader. In the beginning of the reading, I did the full moon in Leo reading, along with I talked about the Lunar New Year that will be taking place on February 17th, which is when we have the new moon, and then we have the new moon eclipse happening as well. So if you want to see that, you could scroll back and look at that reading. I always get like when I don't know, for some reason, when I'm home and I'm filming, like doing a live, I get more nervous than I am when I'm on camera and I'm filming at work. So I find that very interesting. So I was going to pull the Love Oracle deck, but I feel like with the revealing the truth deck, showing love, I don't think that's even necessary. So let's see. Let me see. Let's see what. Sometimes people like to know about bullshit that might happen. So maybe something might happen, something won't. Okay. So I'm going to go to the What's the News deck. Is this the right deck I want to use? No, this one. The What's the Gossip deck. Let's see, for February. What you need to look out for in February. This is a collective reading. It's not sign specific. So let's see. What comes out for the collective for February 2026? Oh, the card that says poker face. Hiding true feelings impossible to read, emotionally detached, you'll never know. It kind of ties into the reading I did earlier with the Knight of Pentacles being calm, cool, collected. Also, the advice I gave for the Lunar New Year and this year, this year of the horse, where we have to be, maintain our composure and not allow ourselves to be overreactive. Like they said, respond instead of react. Respond instead of react. Okay, we have big break, career turning point, major opportunity, life-changing event, and this is it. So some of you may be seeing some big break coming towards you, a new opportunity, something that's exciting, something that you've probably been wanting, but that seems to be going in your favor. Anything else? Wow, overnight success. Okay, that's positive. Rapid rise, sudden recognition, unexpected breakthrough, all eyes on me. So some of you are definitely going to be in the spotlight. You're going to be getting a lot of attention, a lot of followers, subscribers. Okay, another thing is swipe right. Online dating, instant attraction, digital romance, match found. So some of you may be going on a dating site, and that's where you're getting a lot of attention if it isn't about your career. But then we also have this card, the Unbreakable card. Inner toughness, enduring hardship, strength over adversity, nothing can break me. So there may be something challenging that may happen this month too. So that's going to require you to, like I said, remain stoic. Don't allow yourself to become reactive. Just calm, cool, and collected energy. And then we have secret admirer, hidden affection, anonymous notes, unknown interest, someone's watching. But we did have the overnight success, all eyes on me, so some of you, like, what I'm getting from this is like, some of you may be working on something, and then if it's very new to you, it may rapid rise, sudden recognition, unexpected breakthrough. There may be something happening that is unexpected, and it's going to be your big break. It's basically, it's going to leave you feeling happy. You're going to feel recognized. You're going to feel victorious. This is giving me 6 of Wands energy. So something really good is going to happen with whatever you're doing. With whatever you're doing. If you're going online, you possibly may even meet somebody new. Wow. You possibly might meet somebody new who's your match. But I would say beware, though, because I split the deck and we see deep fake cards. So there may be somebody misrepresenting themselves in some way, maybe even lying. So if virtual deception seen is no longer believing. So I would say be careful if you are going online. And it's funny because I was watching Tyler's Tarot before I started my reading. And, I've been on for already 40 minutes. So I have not been watching him. But he mentioned about catfishing and somebody catfishing. I think he was doing a Virgo reading when he was saying that. So beware of anybody misrepresenting themselves in any way. And he mentioned something about like if you do meet anybody, like get them on like a video call somewhere where you can actually see who they are. Even though deep fakes exist, you know, like they could pretend to be somebody else, you know. So I would just say be wary of that. But just as long as you are aware of that and you know how to protect yourself, then you should be fine. Now with the unbreakable, there may be something happening that unexpectedly that may test you in some way. And it doesn't have to be something serious. It could be something like minor. Just it could be like a karmic test. It could even be a challenging time at work or with a relationship or with a friend or whatever, with your community or something. But it's something that's going to require you to stand your ground, to not bend to anyone else's will. There may be somebody that may be trying to break your spirit in some way, but I feel like if that's the case, this is like advice or like a warning. I don't want to say warning because it sounds like something so negative, but you this is like a foretelling that somebody might try to do something to destabilize you in some way, but this is where you have to stand your ground. And if you have to speak up and say something, then you know what to do. You know when is the right time to do that. Okay, so that's what's coming up for February. Let me see what else I can get. Because I already did love. Love came out on its own. Let's see, maybe we could do new love. Because it's a match came out. So some of you may be doing online dating, might be meeting somebody new. Okay, let's see. Maybe I will use that Love Oracle deck. Where is it? Where did I put you? Where did I put that deck? Oh, it's right here. Oh my God, it's right there. I was thinking about the box. Okay, so let's see what comes out for new love for February for the collective. Let me shuffle these more. New love. Look at this. Unexpected. Surprise, unpredictable, shocking, unusual. Oh, the online dating card came out. Okay. Hi, Michael. Hi, Jane. No, Janet. Hi, Janet. I saw Jane. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Tan. This is the Artemis Oracle. For new love, we got healing, wounds, improving, mending, progress, dates, courting, dating, anniversary, meetup. So this is for new love. Huh. Oh, grass is greener, addiction. Yuck. Why? Toxic attachments, drugs, alcohol, obsession, jealousy, better option, unhappy, deserve better. I feel like this is maybe a past energy. I think that some of you may have been dealing with, or you may have personally been dealing with personal addictions. Addictions doesn't necessarily have to do with drugs or alcohol. It could be gambling. It could be limited thinking, like the negative self-talk, because we can get addicted to that type of behavior when it comes to ourselves. It could be being a workaholic or something. It could be something. It doesn't have to be like actual like drugs and alcohol and stuff. It could even be, it could be a little bit of sex too. Maybe obsessiveness. But I feel like that some of you have walked away from that or moved away from that, and that's why the grass is green or something better is coming along. And it's funny that these two cards came out together. So that's why I'm reading it that way. But some of you may be like maybe recovering or healing from that, and maybe opening yourself up to meeting somebody new. And that may be who this whole online dating, you find the right match type of thing, where you and this person are instantly attracted to each other. You are in a healing process and you are mending and you're wanting to make progress, but this is also a time to protect yourself too, because sometimes dating can bring up stuff. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna check this because it says reconnecting. I don't know where it stopped. So I'm gonna check. You maybe recovering or healing from that and maybe opening your up to meeting somebody new. I'm still here. I'm just checking to see where I ended up. Find the right match type of thing, where you and this person are instantly attracted to each other. You are in a healing process. Okay. All right. So let's I noticed